All right, we're gonna go over how to do the Canik Rival holster. This is the one that comes from the factory, attaching it to the Boss holster hanger. This is how Nils runs it, national champion, so I figured it was good enough for me. Let's get to it. Now it's a little bit complicated with this other than other holsters. Other holsters are just gonna fit directly onto this Y bracket here, or the Y plate. Now you'll notice I had to drill a third hole here. So it comes attached, there you go, like that. So the third hole, whoops, there we go. The third hole's down here, but on the Y plate, that hole that you're supposed to drill into is up here. So I had to drill into that one. Now the size of this bit is 7/32. So again, that's 7/32 right there. And the way that I did it was I screwed the Y plate here and here using these short little screws that it comes with. And then I drilled a smaller one through it at about 5/32. And then I stepped up until it was the rest. So then I pulled this off, and then you're able to step up and get in the right size. After you get that drilled out, there's gonna be these 3 back pieces, and all you'll do for that is just take a flathead or some sort of wedge or something and just get under there and pop out the far one, just like that. And then you'll be able to push it now into the hole that you made up here. So pretty easy. It's just gonna take a little bit of time. Now with that in place, we can go ahead and install the Y plate. Now I did notice that the screws that came with the Boss are really, really short. So Ben Stoger, if you're listening, make longer screws. But let's go ahead. So like if I put those in there, so this is the Canik screw that I'm putting in right here. That's the Canik screw. The other ones are just slightly shorter. So I'm not gonna use the ones in the packaging. So I'm using the ones that I took off of the back of this paddle from Canik themselves. They're just barely long enough. So probably not ideal. You maybe want a little bit longer of a screw. It also wouldn't be a bad idea to put some Loctite on this. All right, that's what we're looking for. You don't want any wiggle room. So really pretty tight. Again, good idea to put some Loctite. I should do that one a little bit more. There we go. Another tip when you're drilling this out, so as I was putting this backer into that new hole, I couldn't get it all the way down. So if I just got it started, what I did is I took a screw and I screwed it in through here, and that basically, as soon as it came flush to the holster, it pulled it in, like it pulled it in like that. So that's a way to get it, that back piece all the way in if you can't get it there. Okay, so now we have the holster and the Y plate attached. Now it's simply going to attach to here. So we did the 1/2-inch spacers because we don't have any quick release adjustment. So I went with the 1/2-inch, which is the standard size for that. So that means we're gonna use the long screws and the spacers. So the long screw, they come in through here. Then you have your spacer, and then it's gonna go, and I'm actually gonna put it on this top one. What I'm looking for more is a bit of the drop, and you can obviously put this through. You'll wanna test this like to your actual holster and then make sure, take some measurements, whatever division you're shooting in, that it's gonna work, so. So second from the top, second from the bottom. Now what this allows me to do, I'll show you here in just a second, is to cant it. Now there's gonna be one more step to this, so don't leave just yet. Okay, so what this allows me to do, I'll loosen these just a touch, I'll show you. Send it that way. So now, as you can see, you can adjust it up and down a little bit, and then obviously some pretty good, I don't know what that is, 15 degrees or something. So now what you want to do, now that it's put in place like this, tighten them just a touch, so you can move it, but not, just freely swinging. So you want it there where it's going to stay in place, but you can move it, right? Now what you'll do is go ahead and put it on the belt. I won't show you this because that's personal preference, but what you'll do here is you'll loosen these four, take these off, take this plate off, put your belt on, put the plate back on. If you back these out, you might be able to slide the belt through, depending on how you have it set up. And then you can put it on your belt, see what angle you want it. Typically, you're going to have the handle of the gun, the grip is going to be perpendicular to the ground or parallel with your belt, whatever. So if you don't have a personal preference, that's probably what I'd go with. Otherwise, you can play with the cant. And then once you get the cant in, here's the important part. So again, you're going to bring out the Loctite. And then what you're going to do to both of these, you're going to lock one of them down once you get the desired outcome there. You'll take this out, put some Loctite on it, and then you're going to take this bad boy, forgot what these are called, the lock washer. So you'll put it back on with Loctite and the lock washer, and then you'll tighten that down. Once you get that tightened down, you go to this one and do the same thing. Put the Loctite, put the lock washer, and crank it back down. Okay, and that is how you install the Canik Rival holster onto the Boss holster hanger.